You know that feeling when something inside you finally snaps? Not with a scream, but with a quiet, final click. That's what 1916 was. Not the beginning of the end of the beginning. By January 1916, the men in the trenches already carried the weight of 2 Christmases that never came. They had seen friends turned inside out by shrapnel. They had breathed air that tasted of chlorine and fear. They had learned that courage wasn't enough when the enemy could kill you from 3 miles away while drinking coffee. And still, the generals asked for more. This is the story of how one event triggered the deadliest conflict humanity had ever seen. I'm your host, and this is Talemaster Legend Series. Welcome. What you're about to learn isn't just about a single event. It is about how the entire structure of Europe, centuries of alliances, rivalries, imperial ambitions, and nationalist fervor is balanced on knife's edge. One moment changed everything. In this episode, we uncover the hidden rivalries that divided Europe into 2 hostile camps and exact reasons how all these catastrophic events triggered all in sudden. This is the story of the year the war ate its own children. Verdun, the Somme. 2 names, 2 meat grinders. Together, they cost more than 1 million casualties in 10 months. No brilliant strategy, no sweeping victory, just deliberate industrial-scale slaughter. Let me take you there, not as a history lesson, as a warning. February 21, 1916, 7:15 a.m., Verdun sector. A German 420mm Big Bertha howitzer fires the opening round. The shell weighs nearly a ton. It takes 4 minutes to reach Fort Douaumont. When it lands, the explosion is heard in Belgium. That single shell begins the longest battle in human history. Erich von Falkenhayn, chief of the German General Staff, had a plan. Not to break through, to bleed France white. He chose Verdun because it was sacred French soil, every inch soaked in history. He knew the French would defend it to the last man. He was right. The French commander, Philippe Pétain, understood the same thing. He issued one order that saved the army and damned a generation. They shall not pass. And so began 10 months of hell on a 10-mile front. Day 1, 1 million shells. German guns averaged 100 per minute. Fort Douaumont, largest in the world, falls in hours because a careless French sergeant left grenades near a brazier. The explosion kills everyone inside. The Germans walk in. French counterattacks fail. Men advance into their own artillery because communications break down. Whole battalions vanish in barrages. Pétain changes everything. He rotates divisions before they break. He creates the Voie Sacrée, the sacred road, a single dirt track that keeps Verdun alive. 9,000 trucks a day, one every 14 seconds, a human conveyor belt of shells, food, and boys going forward, and broken men coming back. The suspense never lifts. Every soldier knows the next shell could be his. Every officer knows the next order could waste 1,000 lives for 50 yards. Let me tell you about a boy named Alain Fournier, author of The Grand Main, one of the most beautiful novels in French literature. He was 28, a lieutenant, July 22, 1916. Disappeared in a wood near Verdun. His body wasn't found for years. His book is still read. His grave is one of thousands. That's Verdun. Art, love, genius, all fed into the furnace. By June, the French have lost 300,000 men, the Germans nearly as many. Falkenhayn's bleeding plan is bleeding Germany too. But the French hold. They shall not pass. While Verdun bleeds, the British prepare something bigger, the Somme, July 1st, 1916, the bloodiest day in British military history. They had been planning it for months. Sir Douglas Haig believed one massive push would break the German line. 14 miles of front, 27 divisions, 143,000 men in the first wave alone. They were so sure of success, they had the cavalry ready to exploit the breakthrough. Horses, lances, glory. At 7:28 a.m., the last of 19 mines under German lines explodes. The earth opens like a wound. Then the whistle blows. They walked, not charged. Walked because they carried 66 pounds of kit, because they were told the wire was cut, because they believed the week-long bombardment had killed every German. It hadn't. German machine guns, MG-08s, fired 500 rounds a minute. The wire was mostly intact. The deep dugouts had protected the defenders. First hour, 20,000 casualties.
By nightfall, 57,470, 19,240 dead. Whole battalions disappeared. The Accrington Pals, the Leeds Pals, the Sheffield Chums, families wiped out in minutes. A German machine gunner later wrote, "We were very surprised. They came walking as though on parade. We laughed, then we shot them." Suspense on July 1 wasn't whether they would break through, it was how many would die trying. Haig's diary that night, "Very successful day." He meant the plan was working. It wasn't. The Somme dragged on until November, 4.5 months, more than 1.2 million casualties combined, a few miles gained. But something new appeared on September 15th. Tanks. The British Mark I, rhomboidal, lumbering, 28 tons, 3 miles per hour, crew of 8, armed with 6-pounder guns and machine guns. They terrified the Germans. Some crews went mad from heat and carbon monoxide. Many broke down, but a few reached the German lines. The legend of the tank was born. Yet even tanks couldn't break the deadlock. The war ground on. Elsewhere in 1916, the world kept bleeding. Russia's Brusilov Offensive, June to September, inflicts the greatest defeat Austria-Hungary ever suffered, nearly 1.5 million casualties. But Russia bleeds too. The army mutinies begin. Romania joins the Allies in August, then collapses in months. Bucharest falls, oil fields burn. In the air, the first true dogfights rage. Immelmann, Richthofen begins his career. Ball, McCudden, the aces are born. At sea, Jutland, the greatest naval battle since Trafalgar, ends in tactical German victory, strategic British win. The high seas fleet never challenges again. Verdun ends in December. The French retake Douaumont. Pétain is hailed. Falkenhayn is sacked. The Somme ends in mud and snow. Christmas 1916. No truce this time. Just silence between barrages. The men sing quietly in dugouts. They open parcels from home, soggy cake, damp tobacco, photographs creased from carrying. They write letters they know may be the last, and they wait for 1917. Because the war had learned something in 1916. It didn't need to win anymore. It just needed to keep going. And the men, God help them, kept going with it. The year of blood was over, but the bleeding had only just begun. This is just the beginning of the story. In future episodes, we'll explore the Western Front warfare, the rise of new weapons, the strategies of great generals, and the human cost of these conflicts. If you want to understand the history that shaped the modern world, subscribe to Talemaster Legends series. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.